treat for today. Strawberries are kind of the heart symbol of the berry family. And today, my guest and I both share the heart to do first-time homebuyers. So I thought it was appropriate. There's no other berry out there that looks like a strawberry, which is the shape of the heart. So anyway, so strawberry fields forever. But you know what? We are here for you. And my special guest, which is Liz Forbes. She's with the Money Store, and myself, Ann Cadorna, Sincerity Realty. And by gosh, we have joined forces because we were just connected. Synchronicity, serendipity, because we both share the heart to help first-time home buyers. So I actually have dubbed us a Contra Costa dynamic duo with heart. So anyway, so that enough said, thank you, Liz, for coming on board. And can you kindly give us an overview of your years and experience and then how we ended up getting together?
Yes, I am Liz Forbes with the Money Store. I've been a mortgage lender since 1989, so over 30 years of experience. Been helping first-time home buyers and repeat customers purchase and get into their home quickly and easily and with lots of down payment assistance programs. I met Mary Ann when I was working at the Bank of America Moraga. I met her there. And since then, we've been in touch and working greatly together to help our customers into homes.
I've been in the business 24 years, and I know Liz has been in the business at least 24 years. So
Yeah.
what you have with the two of us is you have a combined experience and knowledge of helping first-time buyers for that many years. And we would still not be here front and center of you for you today if we weren't successful at what we do. And in addition to that, don't you think it takes a lot of heart, Liz? Not everybody's going to want to work with first-time buyers because there's a lot of
No.
hand holding, heart holding, right?
Right, especially with the down payment assistance programs. Those are very unique and help them get into the properties. And yes, that's something very important to have a lender that knows how to work these programs and get you into the homes quickly.
We've united our mission here to be able to help first-time buyers, and first-time buyers take a lot more work, a lot more hand-holding, a lot more heart-holding at times, but it does take a special combination of two people. The best way to start is to have two people who have the same mission, who have the same heart to help first-time buyers, and who are both successfully helping them and have done so for multiple decades. And that's why we're here for you today. Liz, would you kindly tell us, what down payment programs that you have, or if you have some special programs for specific workers, and then also if you have down payment programs for people who don't fall into that category?
Yes, we do have a great program that's out right now. I actually have a flyer which I can forward to anybody who would like more further information. But we're working with the community to help the first responders, the medical and the healthcare workers, law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics, emergency medical technician, fire support staff, teachers, and even the school administration are all eligible for the down payment assistance. And what they do is they will give you up to 5% of the sales price to go towards down and closing costs.
Oh, that's
And
great.
yes, and 1.5% of that 5% can be forgiven immediately as a gift to
Oh,
get into
wow.
the property. Yeah. So you could go with FHA financing if you wish and use 3.5% towards the down payment and the 1.5% towards the closing costs. And sometimes you barely have to come in with any cash to close. So it's a great program to get into. You don't need to be a first-time home buyer. You don't have to have over 700 scores. They'll take a score at least 640, and you can qualify to purchase a home. We can start talking. There's no cost for us to go over your paperwork for a pre-approval and look at this program, but it will help you get into a house, and now's the time to buy.
And I have to stress the importance of having a lender and a realtor duo or team, if you will, because that's the best place for you to start. If you have, like Liz and I have teamed up together to say, hey, why don't we join forces? We have the experience, we have the record, we have so many satisfied customers, and there's a lot of people now who want to buy homes, but everybody's kind of put off by what they hear, the news, everybody's scared, the interest rates, and all that other stuff. But the most important thing that you can have to start off with, like Nike says, just do it. I say just get started, but get started with the right combination of people who are there to help you. And I think that a lender-realtor relationship team, we are committed to get you home, and we bring all the value of the experience, the knowledge, the integrity. And that's a key thing because, if you're not working with people who have an earnest intent, well, they're not going to fight for you. And I know I have fought for many clients. Oh my gosh. And Liz, I know you have fought for many clients too, because it's not easy peasy. Once you get into escrow, there's so many moving parts, you don't know what's going to happen. So, with that, now I've helped a lot of deputy sheriffs. So deputy sheriffs would fall into that special select category. And that
Correct.
program is called Platinum Select, is it not?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, let's give a quick example. 500, like just fight for easy math. $500,000 home, 500,000 times 5%. How
Hmm.
much would that be?
So that's $25,000.
$35,000 that is provided for you towards your closing costs. And then you said that right after it closes, it's given to you as a gift?
They give you up to 5%.
Then,
And
okay.
so 1.5% of that out of that 5% can be forgiven and becomes a gift, so you don't ever have to pay it back.
Well, how often you forgive are forgiven by
Huh?
a lender before you even start? I think that's a great program. So we're calling
Yeah.
on all
You're
nurses,
giving back to
EMTs,
the community.
giving back exactly because they
Yep.
work hard. So all nurses, EMTs, and those are people that work the ambulances,
Policemen,
right?
firemen, even the
Policemen,
teachers, the staff.
firemen,
Yes.
teachers, and who else? I'm sorry.
Teachers and their staff, the fire
Oh,
station and the
oh,
staff.
okay.
Yes. So there's many members that are the first responders that are looking to purchase a house and maybe they're nervous, right?
They
And
are.
like I said, there's no charge for me to look at their paperwork. I can tell right away if you're ready to go or if you need to be put on the path to home ownership. If there's some credit issues or anything that we need to repair or take care of, I can guide you towards that. And we get you on the home ownership path. And maybe it could take 3 months, 6 months to a year, but real estate builds wealth. And that's what we all
Thank
want
you.
is wealth. And
Yes.
so getting into a home, it's comfortable for everyone. They own their own property. They have the tax advantages too. So this
Payments
is
never go
something,
up like rent, right? I mean,
oh yeah,
providing
and
you don't
stay
touch that
the same.
equity. I mean, you can,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can
So
provide.
just at least taking the first step of meeting with me, gathering your paperwork, looking at everything, and there's no charge for it. And we get to a point where we're either going to, go for it or we're going to do some more work on everything. And eventually you'll get into your home and you'll be so happy that you did.
Because, for example, if you rent for 30 years, renting is, okay, homeownership is you pay every month that mortgage to own your property. Renting, you're obligated to pay to own nothing. So you rent for 30 years, you have absolutely nothing, nothing to pass on to your children. But if you own a home, I always say that inflation is your friend if you own a home because you will build equity, and inflation is your enemy if you don't own. So
Then the other thing that people are worried about are the interest rates. But as far as the interest rates are concerned, they're based off the stock market, what's going on in, the world events. But as far as the rates are concerned, they're great right now. You can get into the property and find the home of your dreams. And then let's say 6 months from now, rates change. You can always go back and refinance and go to the lower rates. So the most important part is obtaining the property and having it in your name and having that property start building equity from the moment that it becomes yours. And in the Bay Area, I mean, the houses, as you can see, they have gone up. But now is a great time to buy because it seems like there's more homes on the market, more variety, not so much competition, and the rates are good. And you can get into a home and be happy and build that wealth.
you mentioned that because fear basically freezes people up. They don't want to move. They won't move, and they're just stuck in that polarizing is what I think what they say. But right now, the competition is minimal. The brave souls that are out there trying to get pre-approved, they want a home. There's an opportunity, whether the market is up or down, I'm talking about prices or interest rate, somewhere in between there, there's a pre-approval amount for you. The most important thing is to get into a home because even if you have to commute, and I have to say this because, even if you have to commute, if you look at the equity you gain, it's going to far exceed the cost of gas and bridge toll. You just have to be willing to tough it out. But homeownership is the best ship that you can sail into the sunset with anyway. Everything that you're talking about, the pre-approval amount is getting all the documents ready. Now, a lot of the buyers like to send little photos off their phone. It's got to be in PDF format, right? So can you
Yes,
explain that?
oh, so when you're ready for the pre-approval, I have a little list of information I would ask you to gather together. And yes, the best way is a PDF. You can email it, or if you fill out the application, that's where you can download it. And basically, it's just your last two paycheck stubs, your last 2 years W-2s, and your last 2 months bank statements. And we can use that to derive how much you can qualify for. And of course, we check the credit and look at your debt. And I wanted to also say that this is not the only down payment assistance program that we have.
Thank you.
There's several of them. CalHefa, there's all kinds of different ones where you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. And we design your loan to match what's going to benefit you the most. So we look at all the different programs, see which one you'll fit in, you'll get the most benefit, and we can go from there. So it doesn't just have to be this one for first responders. I just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, so DPA is an acronym for down payment assistance. You hear, as a consumer, you hear that word a lot if you're working with lenders, but DPA is down payment assistance. And also, as part of your expertise, if they need a little help with their credit, you can help guide them to boost up their score or help them
Yeah,
on the path of.
we have a system called What If, and so we pull their credit and the system will look at it and say, well, what if we paid down this credit record or we paid off this loan? It will tell us how much it would increase their score by. So let's say it's 650 and we need 700, it'll tell you pay this down, you can get to here. So there's different plans that it shows, and there's no charge for that either.
And what if you did all this and you could get a home? That's the biggest, it's the best what if answer.
Mhm.
So I have a saying that if you hesitate, it's too late, because if you feel that, and maybe I want to see if I can buy a home. I have a saying that doubters are outers and believers are achievers. If you doubt, you're already out because you're not in it. You're not in it to win it in the game. But if you believe, you don't you don't know how much you put out that belief system and you empower that. And more often than not, the people who I ran into that said, "Oh, I couldn't buy a home. I doubted." No, I can't. I said, "No, I can get you into a home because I know the ins and outs of how to get people into a home." And that fear, don't let fear dictate your life right now because you still have to live. No matter what's going on with our world, the politics and the economics and everything, you still need to have a place to live. My mission is to convert renters into home believers.
Uh-huh.
It's really important. So people in the past, I call them renter nomads. They go into a place, pay a low amount of rent, and then what happens? The landlord can raise your rent, doesn't matter for what reason, every year, and then you have to move. So I call you renter nomads because you have to keep moving every couple of years because the rent is increased. Well, now the rent is at a point where no matter where you go, it's going to be high. The only salvation you have, if I may say those words, the only remedy you have for that is really home ownership because that monthly payment will never go up. And then you're building equity at the same time. And you have the stability, never having to move. I mean, that's huge because moving sucks. I mean, it's a terrible scenario and have to do that every few years. Plus the money they spend on first and last month's rent. So going back to San Francisco, that's $10,000 for first and last month's rent. That could go towards their closing costs, could it
Mhm.
not?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
nowadays, now I just say now is the time to buy. Don't
Okay.
hesitate, don't wait. Get
Yes.
out
Or it'll
there.
be too late.
Yeah, get out there while there's a lot of opportunities available. Sometimes the sellers will even pay your closing costs, so then you'll have that much more to put down. 5% down instead of 3.5% down. The seller will pay your closing costs because they
Yeah.
want you to, own the property.
Mm.
And Marianne can negotiate all that for you because she's a great
Oh, yes.
negotiator.
I'm a master negotiator. I said,
Yes.
gee, I missed my calling. I should have been a hostage negotiator. So I am just so glad that we've joined forces, Liz. I mean, you're a good person, and this Sincerity podcast is dedicated to honesty and transparency. And I always joke around and say I'm so transparent you can see my bones. But working
Mhm.
with honest people, really, if you're listening to this and you're a consumer, this is not fake news. This is not false advertisement. This is two people who've been serving Contra Costa for over 2 decades, have successfully got first-time buyers into homes and want to continue that mission. And we're
Right.
putting ourselves out there. This is there. We're not gaining anything from this. This is totally educational, and just to put ourselves front and center is really important, because then you don't have to Google us. You don't have to try and find us through a myriad of lenders and a myriad of realtors, right? They're all out there. And it's like, how do you get to some, gee, how do I find an honest person? Okay, well, this video really shows that our track record's there, and our sincere need to help first-time buyers is there as well. How about market conditions on your side? Is it considered a hot market? On my side is considered a warm market, but then it all depends on where you're buying, because some areas are hot markets all the time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there are some, it's location with real estate all the time. There's some that the properties go on and off, they sell so fast, and then there's others where they sit longer. So, I mean, that's where you come in, where you can counsel them on whereabouts, there's most advantages and opportunities. But, the rates are still good. And every loan has its different costs and fees, depending on which route we can go. So please don't hesitate to call me. I also have a website, www.lizforbes, applynow.com. And if you go to that website, you'll get a lot of tools that you can use to play with numbers too. But call me and I can go over all with you.
And how do I say this? Again, the goal is to convert renters into home believers. You have to believe, and having two people here working that believe in each other and believe in the mission to get first-time buyers into homes. So you have to be able to buy while you still can.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know what the future holds, but and I think these down payment opportunities, I have to call on the firemen, policemen, sheriffs, highway patrol, nurses, any medical, is that apply to the medical,
Yes. Uh-huh.
everybody in the medical, like doctors, and
Yeah.
so I don't want to leave out the doctors, they'll get upset.
Yeah.
So, and basically anybody that works in the medical industry, like, how about radiologists and things of that nature? Do
Right.
they
Correct.
qualify? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So everybody in the medical field from A to Z, you qualified, deputy sheriffs, police departments, just a little history. The sergeant of the Oakland PD into a home in Pleasant Hill, and I beat out the top agent.
Great.
Yeah, it was 3 offers. I beat out the top agent because I wrote a beautiful letter. And guess what? They don't allow those beautiful letters anymore.
Oh no.
For the agents who can't write a beautiful letter. But the point is that, and then I've helped a lot of them get into Brentwood, and a lot of them into what is it, Antioch, but also firemen, firefighters. My gosh, you guys work hard. You're at a
Very high They're going to be
high
working hard
risk. You make
now.
good money, but don't buy that car. Don't buy that $900 a month car, and don't get into debt. Buy a home. My gosh,
Right.
because that will be your saving grace when you work hard and you risk your life every day when you're on that call to go home to a home that you own, knowing that you're going to be safe while you're there and you can enjoy that the beauty of that homeownership. To me, that's the importance, and that's why my letter beat out the other people, because I said my buyer works with the ugliness of the world every day, and your home would be a sanctuary,
Mhm.
a beautiful sanctuary for him to separate himself from that. And I really think that that's what homeownership does for everybody. And if you
Exactly.
feel about it, everything that the world can be going crazy, but if you own your home, you open that door and you shut the door behind you and you say, I'm safe. I'm in my own space, and I don't have to listen to loud renters or people making noise. You have your own You have your own inner sanctum.
And
Do you
that's
agree
why
with
you
that?
need the dynamic duo.
Duo, yes.
We'll close your deal. You'll be so happy. You'll tell your friends and your family, and we'll just help everybody that we can. So don't forget us. We're here to help you right away and with all the experience and all the know-how to get you into your home.
That's really important because first half of the process is getting pre-approved through Liz Forbes. Find out if you can qualify for her programs. The special, was it Platinum Select for the first responders and all the medical workers and teachers. And also find out if there's other down payment assistance programs that she has available, because the first step is getting pre-approved. That pre-approval will determine what I call your buy ability, BUYABILITY, how much home you can afford to buy. And once we get that, and that pre-approval is there, then we can start looking for a home. And I tell you why that's really important, because when you find a home, it might happen right away, and you find a home that you have, and you make an offer. Well, according to the contract, you have so many days to produce a pre-approval. But what if you already have it? That's a more powerful offer. If you already have the pre-approval documentation, it shows you've done your homework, you're ready to go. So that pre-approval letter is your ticket to start looking right away and being able to make an offer right away, because sometimes you don't get a second chance. If somebody else comes in and makes an offer and they already have the pre-approval letter in place and all the documentation, well, who's the seller going to go with? The seller doesn't want to wait 7 days before you
And it's
provide
very
that
important. Yeah,
documentation.
it's very important to have the pre-approval letter up front. So that's my job, is once you provide me with all your paperwork and the credit, and I can run all the numbers, I can issue the pre-approval letter to Mary Ann, and you guys can go out house shopping. And then she makes the offer with her great negotiation. And then next thing you know, you're in contract, ready to buy and close that house. So we're here to make this happen. Don't hesitate to call us, 510-213-1614 for Liz Forbes at the Money Store and Marianne.
And Marianne, 628-888-9078. And 628 is a San Francisco number because they ran out of 415. So
Oh,
so don't
oh,
hesitate. Call 628-888-9078. Email me at sincerityrealty@gmail.com, and or go to sincerityrealty.com as well. And so, my gosh, Contra Costa, last 20 years. Oh my gosh, Liz. I don't
hmm.
even like to talk about how many years it's been. So Liz and I are here to educate, to coordinate our efforts, and to liberate you from rentership. So, what can we say? Do you have any words of wisdom, Liz, that you can pass on? Because I think we've proven our point.
Yeah, the words of wisdom I have for now is buy now, start now. Let's get going so you can see what's available to you and get on the home and the path to home ownership. And call Marianne.
Oh, thank you. And then call Liz too. Oh, Liz, what's your phone number again?
510-213-1614.
And my words of wisdom are that if you work with me, and please work with Liz, because I trust her and her expertise, and that's why we're working together. But if you work with me, if you're a buyer, my objective is to get you my 3 Bs, the best home in the best location for the best price. And that best price comes from my negotiating ability. One of my former last clients, I saved them $75,000 off the asking price through my ability to negotiate. And do you know what value that is? That my clients now in 2 years have $150,000 in equity, Liz. Now that's a
Well,
big deal. And
that's great.
$75,000 of that 150 is what I saved them off the
Wow, that's
negotiation.
fantastic. And we're here to use our expertise and knowledge to get you into a home as soon as possible. And we can review everything together so you're comfortable with everything.
And you can call us anytime, right, Liz?
Right,
Some
correct.
people say, oh, I am not here. If you have made this call after 5 o'clock, you will not get
No,
a
no, mine
response
doesn't say.
till
Mine,
tomorrow.
no, mine doesn't
No,
say that.
we're 24/7 hotline here,
Correct,
It's
correct.
it's just it's just the way it is. But again, with sincere hearts, we're here. With sincere intent, we're here. And I guess we pretty much covered it. Liz, we did a
Yeah,
good job,
yes,
So
that's
your
great.
contact information one more time, dear.
510-213-1614. Liz Forbes at the Money Store.
Okay, and Marianne Cadorna, sincerityrealty.com, 628-888-9078, sincerityrealty@gmail.com. And again, don't forget, we are Contra Costa's dynamic duo for first-time buyers. And you know what? We take you higher. So that's all we need to say.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to helping you, and you take good care of yourself. And please do not hesitate to contact us, starting with Liz. And then from there, we can set the expectations for your home buying adventure and get you into homeownership. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.